Jessica Pegula celebrates her 32nd birthday on-site in Austin while sidelined by a knee injury. Days after winning the Dubai Tennis Championships, Jessica Pegula has pulled out of her first-round match from the ATX Open in Austin due to a left knee injury. She was supposed to play Rebecca Sramkova in this week's WTA 250 event as the defending champion. She came into this tournament after beating Alina Svitolina in the final of the Dubai Tennis Championships, her 10th career title. Following her exit in Austin, she was replaced by lucky loser Yuan Yu in the draw. Despite the withdrawal, Pegula hung around for something special. She celebrated her 32nd birthday, with several people gathered. She entered the room in a red jacket, filled with people who were ready to greet her on this special day. ATX Open shared the video on their Instagram account. Regarding her withdrawal, Pegula expressed disappointment but vowed to come back here in future. "I am disappointed to not be able to defend my title in Austin," Pegula said. "I love this event and have such great memories from last year. Hopefully I can come back in the future." Jessica Pegula reacts to being younger than her top 20 counterparts. Despite being 32-year-old, Jessica Pegula managed to win her 10th career title in Dubai. She is among the oldest women on the tour, but that hasn't hurt her competitiveness or skills one bit. When she was asked about her age, she told WTAtennis.com's Greg Garber, "I'm old. You can say it. I don't feel that old because I had so many injuries in my early 20s. I don't think I've built up the wear and tear on tour yearly. I was hurt a lot. I was able to mature and find my game and believe in what I needed to do through the ups and downs." Pegula hopes to inspire girls that one doesn't need to be 20 years old to win a title. "You can still play really good tennis if you take care of your body and keep improving," she added. "So, yeah, I'm really proud of myself that I can do that as a player at 32 now." Keeping the demanding WTA stretch in mind, Pegula best thought not to risk aggravating her knee injury and keep herself fresh for the Indian Wells tournament. On a mild February evening in the heart of Austin, where music spills from open doors and the air hums with restless energy, Jessica Pegula turned 32. There was no roar of a stadium crowd this time. No baseline battles stretching into the night. No scoreboard flickering with break points saved and converted. Instead, there was a quiet court, a knee wrapped in careful support, and a champion learning, once again, that resilience sometimes looks like stillness. Pegula had come to Austin for competition, not contemplation. The tournament grounds, usually alive with the rhythm of tennis balls snapping against strings, felt different when you couldn't step inside the lines. A knee injury had sidelined her. Temporary, the doctors insisted, but significant enough to demand patience. For an athlete whose life has been built on forward motion, patience can feel like a foreign language. Yet here she was, 32, on-site, present, a birthday without the baseline. For over a decade, Pegula's birthdays have often blurred into tour stops, hotel rooms in faraway cities, practice courts at dawn, cake shared with her team between training sessions. The professional tennis calendar does not pause for candles. This year, though, the pause was unavoidable. Instead of warming up for a match, she warmed up her knee under the supervision of trainers. Resistance bands replaced rallies. Ice baths replaced post-match interviews. The scoreboard that once dictated her adrenaline now gave way to quieter metrics. Range of motion, swelling reduced, strength regained millimeter by millimeter. Injuries are cruel teachers. They strip away the noise and leave athletes alone with themselves. No ranking points to chase. No opponent to solve. Only the mirror and the long view. But Pegula has never been defined solely by the matches she wins. The fighter behind the ranking. Tennis fans know her as a steady presence near the top of the game, a player who carved her path with relentless improvement rather than overnight hype. They've watched her battle through Grand Slam second weeks, face down world number ones, and anchor her country in international competition. They've seen her in red, white, and blue at the Billie Jean King Cup, carrying both expectation and pride. They've seen her under the bright lights of US Open, where every point feels heavier and every cheer echoes longer. What they may not always see is the quiet architecture of her success, the early mornings, the incremental gains, the belief that progress is built in layers, not leaps. Turning 32 in professional tennis is not a sunset, it is a testament. In a sport increasingly dominated by teenage phenoms and 20-something prodigies, longevity speaks volumes. It says you have adapted, evolved, endured. And endurance has always been Pegula's silent superpower. Austin's unexpected gift. Austin is a city that celebrates individuality. Music floats through its streets like a second language. Murals bloom across brick walls. There is creativity here and contradiction, high-level sport coexisting with laid-back charm. Perhaps it was fitting that Pegula's birthday unfolded here, in a place that understands reinvention. Instead of match prep, there may have been a quiet team dinner. Laughter replacing scouting reports. A small cake appearing from somewhere behind the scenes. Candles flickering not in a stadium suite, but in an intimate corner of a restaurant where, for a moment, rankings didn't matter. Athletes are often seen as invincible, but birthdays remind us they are human first. 32 is an age that invites reflection. Not in a nostalgic way, but in a recalibrating one. What has been achieved? What remains? What version of yourself are you becoming? For Pegula, the answers are layered. The strength in stillness. A knee injury forces stillness on someone who thrives in motion. It interrupts rhythm. It tests identity. But it also reveals foundation. Pegula's journey to the top tiers of tennis wasn't meteoric. It was methodical. Years on the challenger circuit. Incremental climbs up the rankings. Losses that sharpened rather than shattered. That history matters now. Rehabilitation is its own competition. Each session a small match. Each improvement a quiet victory. There are no trophies for completing a strength set or regaining full extension, but there is pride. In many ways, the athlete who learns to sit with discomfort off the court becomes even more dangerous on it. Because patience, once mastered, cannot be taken away. Perspective at 32. There is something powerful about celebrating a birthday not at the peak of triumph, but in the middle of challenge. It reframes success. At 22, a birthday might be about arrival, breaking through, announcing yourself. At 27, it might be about consolidation, proving you belong. At 32, it can be about perspective. Pegula stands in a unique position within the sport. She is experienced but not fading, proven but still hungry, established yet evolving. And perhaps this birthday, though quieter, offered something louder in meaning, clarity. The calendar says 32. The competitor says unfinished. The invisible work. Fans often measure an athlete's year by titles and trophies. But insiders know the real season unfolds in the unseen hours. In the training room in Austin, while matches carried on without her, Pegula was still building. Strengthening stabilizers. Restoring confidence in her movement. Trusting that the